Everyone participates in things that they probably don't consider to be that dangerous, but now and then something goes wrong, and the outcome is not what they expect. Nowadays, with almost everyone filming things, many of these events are caught on camera, providing some heart-stopping moments, not just for those involved, but also for those who view them. Now this is slightly different for us, because there's no mysteries, ghosts, UFOs, or aliens. Just 5 scary and heart-stopping real-life moments caught on camera. Now before we dig in, I wanted to let you all know about our 2 podcasts. We have the Cold Case Detective podcast, which each Monday covers a topic in depth on one specific missing persons or murder case. All you true crime fans out there will thoroughly enjoy our extensive research. We also have the Hit the Lights podcast, which is our top 5 style podcast, where we are currently uploading our backlog of videos that can be enjoyed in audio-only format. We're also experimenting with some horror stories, exclusive content, and one many of you have been asking for, meditation tracks. So if either of those podcasts interest you, then please check them out, and if you enjoy them, don't forget to share them with your friends and family, and leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen. It really does help us out massively. Now, as always, hit those lights, sit back, and enjoy. Tunnel Terror. In July of 2016, Brian Garcia uploaded a video in which he and 2 other friends were walking around his neighbourhood, filming various places. The group eventually make their way up to an old train tunnel and cautiously begin walking through the tunnel to get to the other end. Although it seems they were not expecting any trains to come through the tunnel. As Brian and his friends wandered through the dark tunnel, the tracks suddenly start vibrating, and then they hear the horn of an oncoming train. With the group at least halfway through the tunnel, they were at the point of no return and realised they had to run for their lives. Take a look.
Hey, train! Turn off your lights! Oh shit! Run! Oh shit! Oh! Run! Oh shit!
Straying onto a railway line is never a good idea, even if you think it's disused. Those guys had a very lucky escape, and if they hadn't made it out of the tunnel, or if one of them had tripped while running, the outcome would have been very different. Terrifying tiger photobomb. This clip shows exactly what tigers in captivity would like to do to us given the chance. In December 2019, 7-year-old Sean from Ireland was on a day trip to Dublin Zoo. His father Rob was videoing the day, asking Sean to pose in front of the animal cage. However, as Sean happily stood in front of a Siberian tiger's enclosure, he got more than he or his father bargained for. Take a look at this, and just consider what was going through the tiger's mind, and what would have happened if the glass wasn't there.
Because he's hunting.
So stay. Sean, stay.
Look.
That shows the ferocity and seemingly frustration of animals in captivity. If the glass hadn't been there, that little boy would have had no chance. The video appears to show the boy acting fairly calmly after the incident. However, we can imagine he had some pretty terrifying nightmares after that. Unwelcome visitor on a bike ride. In May of 2017, Dusan Vinzik and his friend were riding through a bike trail in Slovakia. Dusan was recording the entire ride with his GoPro attached to his helmet. However, the fun bike trek was quickly changed to a life or death situation. When out of nowhere, Dusan spots a large bear chasing his friend in front of him. He starts calling out to warn his friend, and not knowing what to do, they both continue biking down the trail with the bear within feet of them. Take a look. That's pretty scary. Had that bear gotten hold of one of them, it would have been nasty. Slovakia is one of the few European countries where bears and wolves still roam freely in the wilderness, although it's worth pointing out that no one has died of a bear attack there in the last 100 years, although there have been attacks where victims have suffered severe injuries, and this video demonstrates the unseen danger of a simple bike ride in areas where wild animals are known to roam. Monster wave. Surfing is one of the most difficult and scary sports performed on water. Although surprisingly, death rates from surfing, even amongst big wave surfers, is thankfully relatively low. Estimated to be only around 10 per year out of a worldwide surfing community of approximately 23 million. Among the unlucky ones who have lost their life, the most common cause is being knocked unconscious and drowning. In this next clip of a group of non-professional surfers calmly paddling out of the waves in a serene blue sea, they must have thought for a moment that they were about to be added to the list as a huge wall of water builds up behind them, ready to engulf them. Take a look. Thankfully, although a little shook up, all of them survived relatively unscathed, although it has likely put them off surfing forever. Great white fright. Shark cage diving is underwater diving or snorkeling where the observer remains inside a protective cage designed to prevent sharks from making contact with the divers. It's mainly used for scientific research and underwater cinematography. However, in recent years, it's also being used as a tourist attraction, where sharks are attracted to the cage by use of bait, in a procedure known as chumming, so that sightseers can film and observe sharks in their natural habitat. This next video shot in South Africa shows what happens when things don't quite go to plan, and the tourist gets more than just a glimpse of the shark. Take a look. If you were in that cage, that must have been terrifying. They are literally within a couple of feet of an attacking 11.5 foot great white. However, it's worth pointing out that shark cages for tourists are largely frowned upon, as it's claimed to potentially alter the natural behaviour of sharks when they see humans swimming or surfing in the sea, and may have contributed to some of the shark attacks on humans in recent years. At the end of the day, it's not that sharks randomly attack humans, they just see them as prey, the same as they would any other creatures swimming in the sea. So that's 5 scary moments caught on camera. We hope you've enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's something a bit different for us. Let us know if you enjoy, because there are tons of real life scary moments out there that we are more than happy to analyse and share. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the Cold Case Detective podcast or the Hit the Lights podcast, and leave us a 5-star review if you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.